Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and my Titanfall playlist. You get the gist of it by now. But it has once again been about 10 days since I last streamed or so, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Something that the challenge of what I'm doing with Titanfall is getting a bit difficult. Not even hard difficult, but like difficult to maintain. As you may know, and as I've mentioned in several of my other streams, my friend Winton has stopped playing Titanfall because he just, one reason or another, I don't remember, he got bored of it or just this or that. I don't exactly remember. But the thing is, it has took so long to get me to even where I am now. Like, you all obviously know that. Like, I already have all of the skins that I need. I need the straight shooter emblem for Ion, which is gonna take fucking forever. I need I don't need Scorches. Scorches is done. I need the Bloodthirsty emblem for Northstar, which is also gonna take forever. I have all the stuff for Ronin, thank God. Just getting digital... Oh, right, I got that. Just getting digital Overcast for his body skin was hell, because I had to get, like, 3 million damage. So, yeah, that was fun. And I'm on Tone, and I just am one away for Tone, because I want to get Tone out of the way. I need to get, Spider incoming. I need to get Arachnophobia, fucking the nose art for this. I needed that, which is gonna take a little less time, but it's still gonna take a minute. Luckily, I already have Monarchs. That was a bit annoying, but I might go back to playing Monarch at some point. But you get the gist, right? It has taken me so long to get to this point. And bro, I am just... It's weird, because I love this game with all of my heart, and never will stop loving this game. This game, and also its community, are very good. And I know they're gonna release Titanfall 3 at some point. Like I said, it could be a New Year's occasion, it could be this, that, or the other, whatever. But I should hope that they're gonna release it soon, because a lot of people are still excited about it, obviously, and are saying it is a possibility, and they actually said it is a possibility, and like all the evidence and everything. But the thing is, the hype has started to die down. You want to know how I know the hype has started to die down? Because of the fact that I don't know how I can see it. I don't remember where you see it. I think it's in stats. No, it's in networks, right? Networks. This is it's midnight, right? It is midnight, but like you can't see it here because obviously it's late at night and obviously there wouldn't be as many people, but the player numbers have started to dwindle a bit. Now it's nothing that's nothing new for Titanfall 2, obviously. That's nothing new. It has been a thing ever since the game got abandoned by EA. So, yeah, but it just sucks because the player numbers bleh, are starting to dwindle again. And sorry, I just had to check that my mic wasn't muted. And it just... That's not only made this challenge harder, but also it's just sad, because... I'd hate to see this game fall back into obscurity. It won't ever be obscure, obviously, because there's an entire subreddit and community of loving people, but... and all that, but... I mean, just... I'd hate to see this game fall back into neglect again. More, put into better words. But we finally reached that milestone of 25. That is half of 50. That is that is 5/6 of 30, I think. Yeah. Like, we're gonna hit 30 soon. And here's the deal. Here's what I think I'm gonna be doing for 30. I think 30 is gonna be the last one. Ever. Like, legitimately. Not just like I might stream it occasionally this time. No. Like, permanently, the last one. I know you guys all love Titanfall, and I'm gonna be honest, the main reason why I even have, like, some of these subscribers is because of Titanfall. I mean, I wasn't exactly doing the best before, either, but I've definitely gained a good amount of subscribers, or at least a few of subscribers and views based off of these Titanfall streams. And Winton. I feel like it's mostly Winton, to be honest. I think people just like him. But, yeah. And also a main reason why I haven't been streaming this game recently is just because I like to listen to music. I think I've said that before. I like to listen to music while playing, and it's not really possible while streaming. Yeah. Oh, hey, we found a match. Nice. But yeah. Now, let me just say something. Just something I thought of recently and everything. So, I bet everyone that might even watch this, if much people at all, but the few people that do, thank you. Hold on. Alright, sorry guys, I had to start up a party. I always forget that. But yeah, so just something I've thought about recently, and something that has generally been, something I've known about for a while, but I've never really talked about it on here, so you guys know how there are always going to be that one dude who's the butt end of the joke, right? And most people think, or everyone thinks that he's like, oh, it's fine. You know, if he didn't like it, he'd tell us. And sometimes they do, and sometimes they're like, oh man, we're sorry, and they stop joking about it, right? My aim is terrible today. But the thing is, just if any of you are in a big friend group or just a friend group in general that has a punching bag, a quote-unquote punching bag, or just a person who is generally on the end of the jokes the most, like to a noticeable margin, just reach out to them and just ask them if they're okay or something. Like, or just ask them, like, how they're doing, and if you guys need to lay off of it or something, because, like, there are so many people that, like, just sit there and just take the jokes because they're just like, well, it's for the good of the group because everyone laughs, right? And just don't just ask them and then be like, after they say, no, I'm fine, don't just ask them if they say, no, I'm fine, just be like, oh, alright. Obviously, if they get annoyed at you asking them, stop asking them, because that'll just only make it worse. But just at least ask them, like, a few times, like, maybe 3, if they're sure, like, if they're sure that there's nothing that, I hate people, that there's someone just camping on top of that. But, yeah, just, like, yeah, it's, like, because, I mean, I guess I would know, because I've kind of been a punching bag before, but, you know, I've just thought about it recently and all that. But, yeah. So, what else? That's the problem for these things, right? In the first, when it comes to, in my opinion, when it comes to channels in general, there's always going to be, like, hundreds and hundreds of channels that are made and that are very successful, but for a short period of time. And here's at least one of my big reasons as to why I think stuff like that happens. First off, a lot of channels get started have someone saying like, hey bro, you got a lot of cool stories or this or that, right? Or you're just a good entertainer. But then eventually, I think a big reason why a lot of times that channels go under is because of the fact that either that they like run out of stories. There's always things to just talk about, right? But unless you have a very active chat or just, you know, don't stream, there's no way really to get feedback on it actively, except for in the comments and engagement. But so then what's left is either channels that have baited the algorithm, right, doing this or that, doing everything they can to stay relevant, or channels that are full of genuinely interesting or genuinely entertaining or nice people. Because then people want to watch those videos because of the people in it, not just because of the stories. I'm doing terrible right now, but there's a G90, so forgive me. But yeah. And on one hand, I like to think I'm a person that's good at... Jesus Christ, what is happening to that dude? What is that? You guys are seeing this too, right? What is that man's internet? Even on the kill cam! And he's using car, and he's G6. Guys, just, I beg of you, I've said this every single stream effectively, but I beg of you, if you're above... If you've regened even once, I beg of you to use anything other than, like, the car. Because car is the weapon that everyone, like, no one... Okay, so everyone knows, effectively everyone knows, that no one likes the car. People like the car because it's overpowered, but no one likes the cars and likes fighting against it. Right? And I understand if there's someone that's like level 20 or something that's using the car, or someone that's like, you know, G1 maybe, but like past G1, G2 and up, why are you still using the car? The entire point of regenning is to not only show your experience, but also to show your opponents that you are well versed in how to combat them, and also to brag, but yeah. But you can't really show that to your opponents that you're well versed in battle, or even, you know, be well versed in battle, if you only use one weapon ever, like the car. Now, I understand you may think that a bit hypocritical coming from me, because in most of my videos, I'm only using something that has a score streak counter, or whatever you call it, an XP counter. And I understand, but on one hand, at least I'm not using the car. That's what I say for a lot of times when I get killed by something that I don't really like, is I'm like, at least it's not the car.
Hey kid, you're tight in
Second off,
call it when ready.
at least I have 2 different weapons. You'd be surprised by how many people there are that only use one weapon. And now, that's not a bad thing, necessarily. It's not. You can really like one weapon and only want to use that weapon. That's completely fine. If that weapon is the car, I hope you fall down the stairs directly into a pile of molten Legos. I don't care if you're G100, I don't care if you're level... I don't care if you're G100, I don't care if you're G200, I don't care what G you are. If you are above level, like, 20, then I do not want to hear you complaining about, like, this, that, or the other, especially only if you're using car. Your opinion is invalidated if you use car, is effectively what I'm saying. And also Archer. I mean, not invalidated with Archer, it's just Archer's annoying. I just said and also Archer to bring up the conversation topic. This is why I don't like to stream, because if I talk, I'm too focused on talking to actually play the game, and I just can't passively talk. And if I just stay silent, then all it is background footage, and I want my videos to be generally entertaining. Yeah, like, oh god, but great. But yeah, What am I? What am I at right now? 2 kills. Of course. Oh god, I'm so terrible. But yeah. It's like... There we go. Alright, I'm getting kinda into it, and there's Legion, and I'm going to die via power shot. That is cool.
We're not doing too well out there, team.
Yeah, no
Let's go
shit,
get this
Barker.
done. Let's
I
go.
understand that, and that's my fault. Don't need to tell me twice.
Keep moving forward.
But yeah. There's no need to go over the topics everyone goes over a million times in any video about Titanfall. That was sick,
I'm gonna
in
stay
my
out of your
opinion.
way.
But like how the car is overpowered, or how the smart pistol is stupid and also overpowered, or how people think the smart core is bad, or how people think... But it's like I said before, the problem is I have no stories left. I have nothing, no other input to say, and that's the problem. I can say things when I kill people. I can say this, that, give some sort of like whip or something, but I'm no Spider-Man, and I think everyone knows that. And I'm not. Thank you. I've killed that dude like 5 times in a row. Yeah, he's not gonna be happy. But like, okay, here's what I think about most anti-titans. Almost every anti-titan is fine. Charge rifle can be very annoying if they're sniping you from super far away, but that's the point of charge rifle, and it's whatever. What else is there? There is... I'm just gonna look, honestly, because I don't think there's that many, and I think I'll be fine. But yeah. Okay, there's 4. There's only 4. Mag launcher, or magnetic grenade launcher, whatever. I hate it so much, with a passion. Wanna know why? Not because it's particularly good, or not because it's particularly this or that. It is just so annoying, because I don't know why. It just... I don't know how he dodged that so many times. I was honestly really good, dude. But, like I was saying, it's just so annoying. First off, I think it does blatantly way too much damage for what is supposed to just be a grenade launcher. Right. First off. Second off, everyone always plays so, like, either they're super in your face with it, or they're hitting you from, like, behind a wall and they're arcing the grenades over it. So that you just straight up can't do anything about the fact that they're shooting.
Friendly pilot attacking your target.
Oh god, he's pouring. Well, fuck. And obviously I'm using the Thunderbolt, so y'all are gonna think I have a bias. But I've used effect... Ow. Youch, that was a good-ass shot, though. Hold on, I'm gonna watch the replay on that shit. Nice, that was a nice-ass shot. Oh my god. But anyways, like I was saying, you know, Thunderbolt, in my opinion, it depends on who it is, but in my opinion, it's the hardest to use. It depends. If you're inaccurate as hell, like really, really inaccurate, Charge Rifle and Thunderbolt will be difficult to aim, but in my opinion, Thunderbolt is just a giant EPG. It pretty much is just a giant EPG. So I'm generally okay at aiming it. But Charge Rifle is probably the easiest to use. Well, no, Mag Launcher is the easiest to use, because it literally, you don't have to aim. Charge Rifle is probably the second. Wait, no, because then Archer would... Archer is the easiest to use. People can technically block it, deflect it, reflect it, whatever, and you'll get damaged if you're stupid enough to stand in the way. And they can technically go behind a wall, but unless they have some sort of defensive option that'll inhibit the rocket from touching them, like thermal shield or vortex shield, then they're just kind of fucked if they don't find a way to get behind a wall. So archer is the easiest. Mag is the second easiest. It's just like an archer, except you actually have to be close to the Titan-ish to be able to hit them with it. And it does about the same amount of somewhat outrageous damage.
Titan's good to go. Call it when we're
Call it when rip, and then it just cuts off the voice line. That's hilarious.
Titanfall. Love saying that.
Bye bye.
Now you fought the best
Oh,
you could.
fuck! That was, he was so close to dying there. That would have been so cool. Oh hey, how convenient! I literally landed right next to my Titan. Hello there, sir. Would you like to take a minute to talk about our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ? But anyways, I'm a Jehovah's Witness. Rah! So he's using his entire vortex shield just to shoot those two things at me. He's using his entire vortex shield to do that. Oh, I meant to use my core. Well, fuck. Whatever. Hello. Sir. Sir, could you not? Hello, everyone else in here. Can you please get in the ship? Thank you. As I was saying, Archer is easiest, Mag Launcher is second easiest, Charge Rifle is third easiest, and in my opinion the hardest is Thunderbolt. Honestly, Thunderbolt just passing by you does a surprising amount of damage. Because that's kind of, it is weird. But, anyways, yeah. I bet you I've already said this exact same thing in my, like, the video that I do where I just, like, rank weapons and shit, you know, the first one. I think I ranked weapons, or did I just rank general pilot stuff? I don't fucking remember, I'm gonna be honest. But yeah. Like I was saying, it's just becoming harder and harder every day to make good content. Like, I mean for me specifically. Obviously for a lot of people it comes naturally, and they just have interesting ideas or interesting things to say or interesting ways they think about things. But me, not so much. I have interesting takes, but most of them are either controversial or, bad. Hold on guys, I need to go AFK for a minute. I'm back. Yeah. I see we still have not loaded into a match yet. Great timing. But, yeah, anyways. What was I gonna say? I forgot. Okay, so here, okay, let me see if I can remember some things about my trick, or my thing, my, like, experience grinding Ronin. I guess I'll give out some tips, some general tips on some of the Titans I have, I suppose. First off, Scorch, I think it's obvious to most people, but way too many people think that with Scorch it's a good idea or it's a good strategy to just walk up to people and try to thermal shield them, and that's their main offensive thing. Like they only use their thermite launcher for like traps specifically. So that's a North Star, so I'm just gonna fuck off over here. And it's like, no, that's not how you do that. You hit people with a thermite launcher as well, and it does good damage. It does damage, surprisingly enough. And firewall, most of them just use firewall to ignite traps, which, to be fair, a big use of firewall is straight up just igniting traps. I'm not exactly saying that's a bad thing. Firewall isn't exactly super useful for most other things because it hardly prevents things from going where they want to go. See that trap? I'm not walking over there. Sir? Ma'am? Okay, I see. You go by chair. I get it. Just getting, okay. Also, I think this should be obvious enough for people as well, but if you're an ogre class, be in the front so you can take damage for your team. It's just... You should die before your teammates do most of the time. Although, Tone? Jesus Christ, am I just getting them? I'm getting the most McDonald's Wi-Fi right now. Like other players' McDonald's Wi-Fi. Other people would be glitching around if it wasn't just that thing. If it was my... What the fuck? My Wi-Fi is not that bad. Well, fuck. Last ditch effort, motherfuckers! Oh my god! Jeez. That was a close one. Anyways, I'm gonna die. But yeah, except for Tone. Okay, so here's the thing about Tone. Tone is weird. Bad. I'm not saying Tone cannot be good. I am saying it takes a large amount more effort than it would for practically any other class for Tone to be good. Even Monarch, in my opinion. Like, it is just so weird, I guess. I don't know how I haven't just gotten hit by one stray bullet and killed yet, but I'm happy. Youch. There's the stray bullet. So, well, okay, no, it was stray. But yeah, you'd think it'd be obvious, right? But, you'd think like certain I don't know. I don't know why I said you think it'd be obvious. But anyways, so, yeah, Scorch, like any other ogre class, be up there, try to take some damage, and don't just use thermal shield for, I don't know, like, hurting them. Use it for maybe as an actual shield, because that's why it has shield in the name. Also, I know there are a lot of people that use a lot of different builds, but in my opinion, the best possible thing to use on any ogre class in general is just it's called Turbo Engine. I don't know. Go Gadget, some shit. I don't know. Like, I forgot what it was called. I could look at it, but I'm not gonna, cause I ain't reading all that. But, anyways, like I was saying, because that little bit more cooldown, you think it's just a little bit more, because it just says like 15 seconds. That's a lot more. That effectively halves the dash time, which is pretty damn good in my opinion. Try me. Bitch, why does he have so many dashes? The fuck? Oh, that is stupid. There's nowhere I could go there. But that's a prime example of how Monarchs turn into a hamster whenever they see the funny striped line. They turn into a hamster. They cannot think of anything other than kill, get battery. I would know. Wanna know why? Cause I played Monarch for a extended period of time. But yeah, most people might think you don't truly know a Titan until you got it to like G5, which in my opinion, yeah, to a degree that can be true. You don't truly know a Titan, but you get a pretty good grasp of it at like G5 or at G like 3. There's no way I'm surviving this, so I don't know what else. And also, the thing is, there's so many times where me or another teammate gets spawned on the opposite end of the map in Titan Brawl and just can't help. And it happens a lot, specifically if I'm like Tone. And here's the thing, Tone. Don't just use your shield for yourself. It sounds why? It sounds like why? Why would I use my shield for anyone else other than me? I clearly am very squishy and need it. Yes. And I'm not just saying use it for Ronins too. Use it for everyone. The reason it's labeled as a support class is because you have to support people. Your shield isn't such a weird defensive tool just because they decided Tone should be ass at being defensive. No, it's because it's meant to not just defend you. It's meant to defend everyone else as well, to a degree. It's small, but it helps. When it comes to everything else in your kit, obviously everything else is you-centered. But how you should be playing Tone isn't how I'm playing him right now. I am playing him very bad. I'm chasing after someone. I'm trying to get a kill. Don't. The missiles aren't to do one thing or another, to kill this way or kill that way or to use it effectively. It's better to use them effectively, but it's also better to help your teammates with them. Tone is very much, probably in my opinion, the worst character to 1v1 with. There are obviously certain situations that'll make other characters worse, like, for example, I guess maybe Ronins against, like, Ogres, or Ogres against, like, Ronins. Sometimes it depends on the Ronin, it depends on the Ogre class. Can you not? That was really creative. That was cool, but can you also not? Uh-oh. Yep. I was just stuck there. There was nothing I could do. But, like I was saying, oh my god, I'm cheating again. This is why I don't stream. Because this happens every time. But anyways, or I'm just playing bad today. So I'm fucking no, dude. But yeah, and but I'm just plain right now. But okay, so North Star, you just don't. Okay. I don't know what particular order I'm gonna have these in exactly, so let me check the Titan select list. What the fuck, I have something on. Okay, cool. But, so, Ion, Scorch, North Star. So, Ion. You'd think he'd be easy because he's supposed to be the all-rounder class. It's partially true. His energy bar wouldn't get in the way as much as you'd think. Unlike at least one of the guys I've seen, right? At least one or two of the guys I've seen. The energy bar, when it depletes, doesn't just prevent you from using your splitter rifle. It just decreases the damage by a fair bit, which, granted, is not good, but it's also not life-ending, usually. What I'm saying is, feel free to use it for things like the laser shot, because they do a lot of damage. Why are those just barely arcing over his head? Why, game? Why? Why me? Oh god, he's going over our shields. Run. And I'm dead. The entire Salvo Corps went to me. Yep, the entire one went to me. Like fucking, what's the Boogie? I'm gonna be like Boogie. I can't take this shit no more. And here's the thing. Where is he? Well, okay, cool. He's just. Fuck off. And why did the punch just miss? just don't know what to do anymore. I just don't. I don't know. I cannot stream like this for an hour. I cannot, because it's just gonna be hell. I'll try, but it's gonna be hell. But might as well start queuing up again. But I can't talk. I can't do the stuff during that. But then how am I supposed to make an interesting stream? I just don't know, man. Oh, God. I already did a fucking thing for all of these. I've already done that. I've already given general tips on them because I've done the first episode I did that. I guess technically I'd have more experience with them now, but not really. It hasn't changed much. Use 0-point tripwire for Ion. Use Overcore in my opinion because that's one of his main damage outputs. Or one of his larger damage outputs. Scorch, use tempered plating just because people say use thermal shield, and those people are probably the type of people that just have their entire strategy be run up to the enemy, use thermal shield in their face, win. Real underpants gnome there. Can completely questioning the fact of completely leaving out of the fact that you just have to get close to them first, and as Scorch that is impossible. Well, not impossible, but it is more difficult than most other. But North Star, just be offensive, be offensive. Like, people always expect North Stars to sit at the back of the map and camp and just sit down one sight line the whole game. And to be honest, that's what a good amount of them do, sadly. And I just don't like people that play that way. No offense to personalities or anything of them, just like, it's just a boring ass way to play. And you could do so much more with a weapon that does that much damage. Like, the entire thing is, it's a very hit or miss thing, right? It's a very hit or miss thing when it comes to North Star and other Titans. And I just saw a flash of G100. The first kill on the map, effectively, was a G100. This is gonna be so fun. Anyways. God. But anyways, like I was saying, being more offensive than people expect is a good way to, like, play as North Star, because, you know, your gun does such big damage, especially compared to Ronin's, which sure does good damage, but not that good. And it's just fun, I guess. It makes it more fun. That's why their ultimate, or whatever their core, I don't know what right now, their core is a very high-risk thing. But yeah. And but yeah. So we got Ronin. Ronin, first off, unlike probably every strategy guide says, I mean, clearly it's what every strategy guide says, because that's what, as far as I've seen, 90% of Ronins do. Don't just go in there, use your shots, and then just sword. That's not a good strategy. It can work, but it's not a good strategy, because it's unreliable, first off. It is just very unreliable. And it is also not very high damage. It turns out, sure, swords are better than fists, but also swords don't do very well against giant death robots if you're only doing, like, at most, I think, twice as much damage. But it's just, yeah. Hold on, I'm gonna go back here and show these guys what for. Youch. That's a bit mean. Come here, boy. I wanna get that execute. How is this Auto Titan so smart? Or how am I so dumb, more realistically? I should just eject at this point, honestly.
The enemy has total control.
Nope, fuck that. I'm gonna die. Really? In there? That's a bit of a dick move, though. Using Pilot Sentry in general is a dick move. Because you need, even though you have enough players already, you need an extra person, effectively, that can't miss on your team. I know it's for 1 minute, but still.
Enemy amped B.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait a damn minute. I just realized. Isn't Pilot Sentry like an effectively... Or isn't Pilot Sentry pretty much just a slightly or moderately less effective version of Smart Pistol? It can't miss. It, like, does not miss, like, 99.8% of the time. It does not miss. So it's effectively Smart Pistol. It can't technically lock onto multiple people, but it's so fast in killing that if you don't get out of the way soon enough, it effectively can lock onto multiple people by how fast it kills you, because it's automatic. It's standing still instead of running around, which it means it's easier to hit and easier to disable. But like a pilot, it at least takes a few hits from most things, and it takes 1 melee hit.
Capturing B.
And also, I believe it might cost less as a... Run that back. Why? I think it costs less as a boost. So yeah, it's just a Smart Pistol that kind of stands still-ish. That is weird. I never thought of it like that. I thought of it that it could technically be classified as a Smart Pistol that kind of stands still.
Our defenses are being compromised.
Oh, right, I haven't even talked about how to actually use Ronin, or how I use Ronin, at least, in my journey. Here's how I think most people use Ronin. Okay. Obviously, you enter in with, usually you enter in with Arc Wave. So that means if they have a shield up, or if they have something or other up, it'll slow them down, make them easier to hurt, and how did I miss that? Make them easier to hurt, and make them take more damage due to the fact that, you know, they don't have a shield. Right? And then what you do is, this is what I usually do. You phase, reload in the phase, do another round of shots to the opponent, then that's when you start meleeing. Because otherwise, most of the time, the phase isn't really used for much other than to slightly bamboozle your opponent if you're just going in, like, doing the classic, shot. I think it has, like, 4 magazines, and then just getting out, or not getting out, and then just melee. Sir, can you not? Your thermal shield is not going to help me. What? Lag? I swear to God if he kills me. Can you not? Thank you. Sir, you can't kill me. I'm in the dropship. Fuck you, I'm immune. Hey, you're shooting over there. Never mind. We're good. But yeah. Because the phase shift is a good escape tool, yes, but how did I get first? I don't know. But, like, don't primarily use it for that if you're gonna be in a fight. Here's my opinion with this game. It's a lot like the other TF2, or I'm gonna say the original TF2, Team Fortress 2. I know it's probably not the first thing to have the acronym TF2, but I'm just gonna say that. Because, here's the thing. The fastest class of robot, or Titan, which is Ronin and Northstar, but I already went over him. Northstar is not like Sniper and TF2 because first off, you can run on walls, you have a lot more mobility, you have a lot more ways to get behind him, you have a lot more ways to, get behind him, sneak up on him, than in TF2, and there's a lot of other factors. But Ronin has the ability to pick his fights like Scout. That's a big thing about his playstyle, is that he can pick his fights. Also, Overcore, just use that because Sword Core is like a primary way that he does damage. And you don't just want to use that as a last-ditch effort because you can just get executed. Yeah, and also, unlike Scout, he does not have the, I guess, hardiness to be able to go around and sneak behind all of the enemy team and kill all of them. He does not. He objectively doesn't do enough damage or have enough health to do that. So what you do, want to know what you do, like the other Strider class? Most of the game, you're going to want to, guess what? Stick with your team. Because I don't care how good you are, 90, or not 90, I'm going to say about 70, 75, 80% of the time when you're a Strider class, if you're away from your team, you die. There's a very low, or a pretty low chance that you're going to get away instead of dying as a Strider class, but it's pretty unlikely. It's not usually going to happen due to the fact that you're squishy. Interesting. But, yeah. Tone. I don't know what to tell you with Tone. Tone is still, like, a mystery to me. Like I said, try to be more of, like, a guardian angel, to people. Now, you may think that means pocket people, like a medic, I guess, but not fully. Here's what I think. Generally, try to stick with your team. Like most of the time, you want to stay with your team. It does, even if you're an ogre class, even if you're a vanguard, I think is what the middle classes are. They're called vanguards, I believe. Even if you're a strider, no matter what, you want to stick with your team, even if you're a titan, because unless the enemy team only has like one titan and it's also a strider class, then as a strider class, you're gonna get your ass kicked. Because vanguards, sure, there's a chance that you as a strider class might be able to take it out if you're good enough, because it 1v1s with strider classes can vary very high, in my opinion, depending on the playstyle of the enemy and you. But stick with your team always. That's my mantra. And I know I probably went out and did solo shit in the Titan Brawl, but I was trying to find my way back to the team, and also I'm just generally not good today. So, yeah. So, Tone, use your particle wall, put it in front of people so that they can be protected as well. The rest of your stuff, obviously your sonar lock is going to be used for yourself, and your tracking rack is going to be used for yourself, but also the reason they're a support is because they are effectively, in my opinion, made to help and not actually do shit on their own. They can kill pilots instantly, and they can tend to do some sick-ass shit. It depends on the situation and the person playing. And also use Overcore because a massive amount of Tone's damage output is going to be their core, because they're a one-trick pony. They're the definition of it. Not necessarily a bad thing, it's just what they are. Legion. Big gun, go pew, sit in the front of team, intimidate the enemy. The thing is, people think Legion's gun does a shit ton of damage because it does. Want to know what happens then? They're scared of it. Unless they got some fucking crazy, wacky-ass Looney Tunes movement and can dodge all the bullets, they're going to get massively hurt before they can even touch you if you're down a longer-ish sightline. Unless they're North Star, or unless there's some other class that has a long-range gun, but even then, you can switch to long-range mode. And, you know, whole bunch of stuff when it comes to mode switching. Power shot, close range power shot is going to be your best friend. Long range power shot is going to be your distant aunt that talks about terrorism, politics, and trans rights at Thanksgiving, and no one ever talks to other than when it's Thanksgiving. Do not use long range 90% of the time. It says it pierces through all enemies in its path. I'm pretty sure it does, but it does kinda not good damage. It's technically useful, but also it is you're very much able to see when a Legion is charging up a power shot, so they could probably just use their defense or move out of the way by the time you start charging it up and it gets like halfway. Also use hidden compartment. Always use hidden compartment. No doubt, no question. Always use hidden compartment. Power shot has 2 charges. Power shot, close range, if you hit like all of the bullets, it does fucking, when it comes to ogre classes, I think it does like a third of their health, or like a fourth of their health with ogre classes. And with double, you can get ogre classes down to half with 2 power shots if you hit all your shots. And then with vanguards, it does like a third of their health. And then with striders, it does like half. Something about that. Something around that. And with hidden compartment, power shot damage is reduced by like 15%, which is not enough for it to matter. Especially since you now have 2 charges. Because it's simple math. It is simple math. 15 plus 15, that is 30. I had to think about it. I'm sorry, it is late. 15 plus 15 is 30. And what's left is fucking hell. Can my brain today? What's left is 85. And 85% plus 85% is fucking 85 plus 85, 80, 90, 100, 80, 70, 60, 60 plus 100, 5 plus 1 is 10, so it's about like 170, I don't fucking know. And that is still like 170 instead of 200%, that's still fine, especially when it comes to it doing this one. I don't know. Just use hidden compartment, alright? Okay. So, a lot of people are gonna think I'm weird for using this. Or at least a few people are gonna think it's weird that I use this. So first off, Energy Thief. Use that. That's the default upgrade that you're gonna want to use on Monarch most of the time, and that's why people turn Lizard Brain whenever they... That's why Monarchs turn Lizard Brain whenever they see funny striped meter, because, haha, funny striped meter, health, gimme, snack. But also, in my opinion, Survival of the Fittest, that's a pretty nice upgrade, especially if you're playing on a mode that allows you to use battery backup. It can be pretty busted when you're in doomed state and you have like half doomed state health, and then suddenly you turn a corner, like your opponent turns a corner to like reload, you do go behind cover as well, and then suddenly when you're back to fighting, they see that you're back at like a third of your regular health, not your doomed state. You're back to like a third of your regular health. They're just like, how the fuck did you do that? Shield amplifier, once again, it's your starter upgrade. Rapid rearm. It's funny because if you use a rapid rearm plus rearm and reload plus missile racks plus multi-target missiles, you just become a missile silo, a walking missile silo, but you are very much a glass cannon because superior chassis make you have 15,000 health, which, guess what? Ogre classes have 12,500. So, yeah. But it's your 3rd core upgrade. You have to get a core 3 times, and you're a Vanguard class, so it's pretty difficult. It takes skill. Applause to people who managed to make this thing work, because it was not really super ultra fun when I was using it. There were some moments, though, it was pretty nice. With Monarch, so, right, I forgot to talk about missile racks. Rocket salvo fires twice the amount of missiles. First off, people always complain, or a lot of people complain, that rocket salvo doesn't really do much. It launches an unguided rocket swarm. What it does is it launches rockets, and it goes from like... So imagine a minigun, how it has like 6 barrels and they go in a circle. It effectively does that. It launches it from the downward barrel to the down left barrel to the left barrel to the top left barrel to the right. It's like a spiral motion, that sort of thing. That's effectively how it works. It launches the missiles in a spiral, and it just goes that direction. Now, people complain, or at least some people do, about how this thing doesn't do enough damage to be used against Titans. It is somewhat useful against pilots, but a lot of times they can just dodge it if they're nimble enough, and it just... And a lot of people still use arc rounds. Now, arc rounds, granted, pretty good, but I did some research. They don't do as much damage as I thought they did, or drain as much of the shield as I thought they did. They are still pretty busted in the right hands, but As you can see, they drain energy from shields and everything, and they deal more damage to shields and all that. And it increases ammo capacity, but I think it only increases it by like 20 or 10 or something like that, so it's not a ton. But why I use missile racks is because, so here's the thing. Rearm and reload. Probably, in my opinion, the best second core upgrade. This thing is not that useful. Electric smoke is intensified, dealing more damage to Titans or pilots. I could see where you're coming from. Maybe if you're doing some sort of, like, crowd control something. Maybe, I don't know. Or if you're trying to be, like, a discount Ronin. Maybe using smoke to, like, disappear and they can't go through the smoke or else they'll get hurt a lot. This is just ass because the only reason this is good, it affects a large area around the point of impact. This is only good if you have this, which hitting friendly Titans gives, with Energy Siphon, gives them shield, but it only gives them like a fourth of their shield, and then oh wow, you can give your entire team a fourth of their shield back. Helpful. Not really. But yeah, so each part of Monarch's kit, each part of Monarch's core upgrades, balances Monarch out, makes them better in one area or another. Like, for example, I guess you could say for arc rounds, it makes her gun better. For rearm and reload, it makes her rearm and reload better. For superior chassis, it makes her health better. Now, two of these things are very much required. Monarch is pretty squishy, so more health is required. Not this much health, mind you. I think this is too much health. I think they should have less than 15,000 health, but still. Rearm and reload is useful. It can make it faster, so that's nice. That's fun. And it's not the best, but given the options around it, it's the best one, in my opinion. But here, I see a little discrepancy. You don't really need to increase the effectiveness of Monarch's gun. Now, granted, having a more effective gun is useful, and it's nice, but already this thing has some good range and some, like, pretty good damage. So I don't think you need to balance that part of Monarch out. But can you guess what we do need to balance out? The rocket salvo, which is why I use missile racks. It does a surprising amount of damage, especially if you can hit all your missiles, which I am okay at doing. But yeah, this is turned effectively into a guide, but I'm just sharing what information, what little I may have compared to other people. And honestly, guys, I don't know. How long has this stream been going for? Tell me it's at least like an hour or something. Okay, it's an hour. I can leave. But yeah. I guess that's all for today. Man, I love this game, but oh my god, it's just, I've done so many things that I can do, and it'd probably be more things to do if I had a PC so I could have the North Star client, but I don't. Like I said before, I could try to get all of the banners, but I don't think anyone wants to watch that. Same with getting all the patches, or getting all the factions to, like, a certain level to get all the factions as max level banners or whatever. Or, like, trying to get every customization on every gun, or get every gun to a certain level. Like, there's many things I can do, but none of those things are interesting. And even what I am doing now, getting certain skins, that's not interesting. All this is gonna be is me trying, failing, maybe getting a few wins, probably getting at least a few, getting some kills, getting XP, grinding, and grinding on video games has, surprisingly enough, not a great history of being entertaining. So, yeah. I don't want to get everyone's hopes up, because I don't think I will be streaming this, you know? Not this game, it's a different game, but I could possibly stream Armored Core at some point. I've already started my game in Armored Core, so, you know, it's not super likely, because I don't like to start streaming when I have already started a game and gotten pretty far into it. So yeah. Probably gonna stream some more Deep Rock Galactic at some point. Channel might die. I don't know. Just for what may be my final message in a while, I hope you all stay safe, get rest, do whatever may need to be done. And remember, burnout is real. I would know, I guess. See you all, I guess, when Titanfall 3 releases, whenever that may be. I don't know, mans. I don't know. Men, women, people that identify as attack helicopters, whatever. I'll see you all later.